Hello from Mindset Daily, wishing you a day full of health, peace, and happiness. Thank you for watching the Mindset Daily channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. Thank you so much.
Have you ever wondered why some people rise from nothing to achieve greatness, while others stay stuck in mediocrity? What's the one decision that can turn your entire life around starting today? And could it be that success isn't about luck at all, but about something entirely within your control? Success doesn't happen by accident. It's not a random event or a stroke of luck. Success is something you must intentionally plan for, something you must earn in advance through your mindset and your daily actions. In this video, I'm going to share with you 12 powerful choices. Yes, choices that can immediately transform your life. These are not just motivational theories. They are proven principles that have helped thousands of people break through barriers and rise from ordinary to extraordinary. So, what separates those who achieve remarkable success from those who simply dream about it? It's not luck. It's not privilege. It's the consistent, intentional decisions they make each day. Let this sink in. You are exactly where you are today, and you are what you are because of the mental attitude you've chosen and how you relate to others and your circumstances. That truth may be hard to accept, but it's also deeply empowering. Your life begins to change the moment you make a committed, congruent decision. It all starts with clarity, choosing your definite major purpose. Desire is the very starting point of all achievement. Sadly, most people wander through life without ever discovering the one thing they were truly born to do. But you're not most people. Within you is untapped greatness, waiting to be awakened. When you decide with absolute certainty what you want to accomplish in life, everything begins to align. The universe, in ways we can't always explain, starts working with you. Think of Thomas Edison. He failed over 10,000 times while trying to invent the electric light bulb. What kept him going? It was his unshakable commitment to his definite major purpose. That purpose pulled him forward, even in the face of relentless failure. And now, I challenge you to choose yours. What is the one goal that moves your soul? What is that dream you can't stop thinking about? The one that keeps you awake at night? Don't just think about it. Write it down. Get specific. Attach a deadline. This is not wishful thinking. It's the bedrock of real success. Your mind needs direction, not confusion. And when you define your purpose, you ignite the most powerful force in human psychology, clarity backed by purpose. Stay focused on your desire. Fix your attention on it like a laser. Remember, it's the definiteness of purpose that shapes what you ultimately become. Without a clear purpose, your energy scatters in every direction, leading to confusion, distraction, and lost momentum. But when you lock onto a single, meaningful goal, something that truly matters to you, you become a force of nature. You become unstoppable. Decide today what your definite purpose is. The moment you do, you'll notice a shift in how you think, act, and respond to life. The transformation starts almost immediately. Think back to when President John F. Kennedy declared America's mission to land a man on the moon. In that moment, he didn't just set a goal. He gave an entire nation a powerful purpose. And within less than a decade, that dream became reality. Just like that, you must also choose your mental attitude. It's one of the very few things in life over which you have absolute control. The greatest discovery of our time is this. Human beings can change the direction of their lives simply by changing the direction of their thoughts. It's that simple, yet so powerful. How you think shapes how you feel, and how you feel shapes what you do. Each morning when you wake up, you face a quiet, powerful question. Will you greet the day with energy and purpose, or stumble through it passively and disconnected? That single decision, made every morning, has more impact on the quality of your life than any outside condition ever could. A positive mental attitude isn't just some motivational slogan. It's grounded in psychology, and it drives real-world results. Muhammad Ali is the perfect example. He didn't wait until victory was in his hands to call himself great. He spoke it into existence. Before he ever stepped into the ring, he declared it, "I am the greatest." He trained his mind to win before a punch was even thrown. And just like Ali, you must train your mind for success. Choose, right now, to hold a positive mental attitude, no matter your situation. Watch what happens. The very problems you used to complain about will start to shift. You'll begin to notice doors opening, people responding differently, and opportunities emerging where there were once only obstacles. Why? Because your mental attitude is magnetic. It pulls similar conditions into your experience. So choose to expect the best, be ready for the worst, and make the most of whatever comes your way. This one decision, the choice to hold a positive mental attitude, can completely revolutionize how you experience life. And this isn't just inspirational talk. Science backs it up. Studies have shown that when you focus on positive thoughts, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. These aren't just feel-good substances. They actively enhance brain performance. In other words, when your outlook is positive, your brain literally functions at a higher level. You think more clearly. You respond more creatively. You solve problems faster. Now compare that to negative thinking. When your thoughts turn dark or anxious, your body shifts into a stress state. Stress hormones flood your system, impairing your cognitive abilities and weakening your immune response. It becomes harder to focus, to adapt, even to stay healthy. This isn't just theory, it's biology. Think about Viktor Frankl, the Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist. In the unthinkable conditions of a Nazi concentration camp, everything was stripped from him, except one thing: his ability to choose his response. He discovered what he called the last of human freedoms, the power to choose one's attitude in any given circumstance. That power is available to every one of us. If someone could hold on to their mental strength in such horrifying circumstances, what excuse do we really have? Your attitude acts like a lens, filtering how you experience reality. Two people can go through the exact same event and come away with entirely different interpretations, just because their internal mindset was different. One sees possibility, the other sees only problems. The optimist finds opportunity hidden inside adversity. The pessimist, however, sees only hardship, even in moments of potential. And this isn't just about perspective, it goes further. Your mindset shapes your actions, and those actions create the results you live with. When you maintain a positive attitude, you tend to take more initiative, push through difficulty, and spot solutions where others see only obstacles. You can see this dynamic play out in daily life. Let's say you receive criticism. A negative mindset immediately becomes defensive or discouraged. But a positive mind asks, what can I learn from this? It seeks insight. When problems arise, the negative thinker falls into victim mode, asking, why does this always happen to me? The positive thinker reframes the question, how can I grow through this? These small shifts might seem subtle, but over time, they produce radically different outcomes. And here's the most empowering truth. Your mental attitude is 100% within your control. You can't always control the weather, the economy, or the actions of others, but you can always control how you respond. This isn't about ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's not toxic positivity. It's about choosing the most productive and empowering mental framework available to you, especially when things are tough. Developing and maintaining a consistently positive mental attitude doesn't happen overnight. It's a skill, something you cultivate with practice and intentionality. Begin each morning by consciously choosing the mental tone you want to carry into the day. When negative thoughts show up, and they will, acknowledge them without judgment. Then, make the deliberate choice to replace them with thoughts that build you up rather than tear you down. This process takes discipline. Surround yourself with uplifting voices, encouraging messages, and people who add value to your mindset. Be mindful of how much negativity you allow in, whether it comes from the news, toxic conversations, or even your inner critic. One of the most powerful practices you can adopt is daily gratitude. It shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's already working, creating space for peace and clarity. Focus more on what's going right instead of obsessing over what's going wrong. It's not about ignoring problems. It's about recognizing that your mindset can help solve them. And remember this, your mental attitude doesn't just affect you. It radiates outward like ripples in a pond. Your positive energy influences those around you. It lifts spirits, deepens your relationships, and contributes to a shared momentum toward well-being and success. Each moment offers you a choice. And this one choice, your attitude, is among the most powerful you'll ever make. Choose wisely, because no other decision has a more profound effect on the quality of your life. Now, extend that same level of intention to your relationships. Who are you spending your time with? Choose your inner circle deliberately, because whether you realize it or not, you are becoming the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's not just a catchy quote. It's a reality backed by countless examples and experiences. Your closest companions shape your thoughts, influence your dreams, and quietly steer your behaviors. The question you must ask is this: are the people around you helping you grow into your highest potential, or are they holding you back without you even noticing? This is where the mastermind principle comes in. When 2 or more minds align in harmony, focused on a common and meaningful goal, they form something bigger than themselves, a mastermind. It's like creating a third mind, one that brings out more insight, creativity, and power than the individuals could achieve alone. That's the secret behind many great successes. Take Henry Ford, for example. Though he had little formal education, he built a revolutionary empire. How? He surrounded himself with brilliant people who filled in the gaps, who brought ideas, strengths, and skills that elevated his vision. Together, they created something far greater than any one of them could have built alone. Take a look at Ray Kroc's remarkable journey in turning McDonald's into a global empire. He wasn't an extraordinary cook, nor was he a business genius in the traditional sense. But what he was exceptional at was building strong relationships with people who shared his vision and had the skills he lacked. He didn't try to do it all alone. Instead, he leaned on the strengths of others, forming alliances that became the very backbone of his success. Think of your own relationships in the same way. They're more than just social connections. They function like mirrors and windows. Mirrors reflect who you are, offering insight into your beliefs, habits, and behaviors. Windows, on the other hand, reveal new ideas, opportunities, and perspectives you may never have discovered on your own. The right relationships do both. They help you see yourself more clearly and inspire you to reach beyond your current limits. The people you surround yourself with quietly influence your sense of possibility, your personal standards, and even the way you view yourself. And often, this influence works beneath the surface of your awareness, which is what makes it so powerful. That's why the people who challenge you to grow, those who push you out of your comfort zone while still believing deeply in your potential, are truly priceless. They often recognize qualities in you that you haven't yet seen in yourself. And because of that, these relationships are worth your time, your attention, and your energy. They are the fertile ground where your greatest growth will take root. On the other hand, some relationships do the opposite. They drain your energy, chip away at your confidence, or cast doubt on your aspirations. If you're not careful, these influences can quietly hold you back from becoming who you're meant to be. Choosing to reduce their impact on your life isn't an act of selfishness. It's a necessary act of self-respect. After all, would you expect a garden to flourish in polluted soil? Of course not. In the same way, your full potential can't thrive in a mentally toxic environment. Protecting your energy isn't just for your own benefit. It creates space for you to contribute more positively to others. And this principle doesn't only apply to personal relationships. It also includes the ideas and voices you allow into your mind through books, podcasts, and media. These too shape your thoughts and influence your expectations, often in subtle but powerful ways. So make a conscious choice today. Take a step back and evaluate your relationships with clarity. Ask yourself, who brings out the best in me? Who challenges me intellectually while offering emotional support? Who leaves me feeling recharged instead of drained? These are the connections that deserve your focus and commitment. In the same way that you recognize and strengthen uplifting relationships, it's just as important to identify those marked by chronic negativity, limiting beliefs, or subtle emotional manipulation. These connections, if left unchecked, can quietly drain your spirit and distort your perception of what's possible. That doesn't mean you need to cut people off coldly, but it does mean you must establish healthy boundaries. Create distance where needed, while maintaining compassion for those involved. You can care without allowing their mindset to shape yours. Because ultimately, the quality of your life is a mirror of the quality of your relationships. They influence your energy, your thoughts, and the direction you're headed in ways you may not even notice until it's too late. That's why you must be intentional with where you invest your time and emotional energy. Choose to be around people whose character, accomplishments, and mindset align with the future you want to build. When you're surrounded by those who are living examples of what you aspire to, something powerful happens. You begin rising to meet their level. Almost effortlessly, you stretch beyond your old limits. Your inner circle may very well be one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Because in choosing the people closest to you, you're also shaping the person you're becoming. And while we're talking about growth, one of the most critical choices you can make is this. Choose continuous learning. Your mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open. In today's world, where change moves faster than ever, standing still isn't safe. It's a slow decline. The moment you believe you've learned enough is the moment your growth begins to die. Just take a look around. The path to success is scattered with the remains of those who thought they already knew it all. Meanwhile, the true winners, the ones who reach and stay at the top, are those who treat learning as a daily necessity, not an occasional task. They wake up hungry for knowledge, as if it were the very air they breathe. You were not designed to stay the same. Growth is your natural state. You were made for progress, for transformation, for the thrilling process of becoming a better version of yourself each and every day. Because here's the truth. The universe doesn't reward stillness. It responds to motion, momentum, curiosity. When you make a conscious commitment to keep learning throughout your life, you align yourself with the very rhythm of progress itself. Just think about it. Wisdom is all around you. It's invisible, like air, but just as vital. It's waiting on the shelves of libraries, hidden in the experiences of mentors, and present in every thoughtful conversation. Are you willing to seek it out? What's the cost of becoming a lifelong learner? It's surprisingly simple: your attention and your time. Yet most people pass right by this treasure, too caught up in the chaos of survival to invest in their own growth. They chase urgent tasks and momentary distractions, while the long-term rewards of learning quietly slip through their fingers. But not you. Make the declaration, today, right now, that you will become a learning machine. Dedicate just 30 minutes a day to nourish your mind with meaningful knowledge, industry insights, or timeless wisdom. Your competitors likely won't. Your coworkers might not. But you will. And that single decision, repeated consistently, will compound like interest, quietly, steadily, and powerfully over time. When obstacles arise, and they always do, remember Abraham Lincoln. Picture him, hunched over borrowed books, eyes straining under the flicker of candlelight. With barely a year of formal education, he transformed himself into a man who would lead a fractured nation. He didn't begin as a statesman. He started with nothing but determination, curiosity, and a decision to learn when others did not. His story is a reminder that your success is not limited by the external economy. It's defined by your internal mindset. Your income will rarely rise above the level of your insight. Your financial potential is not capped by your current salary, but by the limits of your thinking. If your destination is financial freedom, then personal development is the vehicle that will get you there. Think about it. While others are chasing the next shortcut, the next lucky break, you're quietly building something no crash, no recession, no market shift can take from you. Your capacity. Your ability to adapt, create, and lead. The truth is, the most successful people in the world aren't necessarily the most naturally gifted, they're the most improved. They didn't arrive with greatness. They built it, day by day, habit by habit, through applied learning. As Andrew Carnegie once said, knowledge that's hoarded becomes stale, but knowledge that's applied, that becomes power. That becomes transformation. So ask yourself, what is your future self watching you do right now? That future version of you is hoping, waiting, for you to make the decision that changes everything. Will you stay on the comfortable plateau of good enough? Or will you push forward, even when it's uncomfortable, even when growth feels hard? Because in the classroom of life, there is no final exam. There is no graduation day. There is only the ongoing, ever-unfolding journey of becoming all that you were meant to be. Those who are truly alive approach each day not as experts, but as students, with open eyes and a beginner's mind. They understand that every moment holds potential. Every conversation can carry a hidden lesson. Every setback hides a strategy just waiting to be discovered. And every challenge, no matter how difficult, conceals the seed of a breakthrough. The choice is yours to make. Will you live on intellectual autopilot, coasting through your days with the illusion of knowledge? Or will you commit to intentional growth, to the kind of energizing expansion that awakens your potential? Will you settle into the safety of comfort, or lean into the discomfort that leads to greatness? Choose learning. Choose vitality. Choose to become the kind of person who, even on their final day, reaches for one more idea, one more insight, one more way to evolve. Because the moment you stop learning isn't just the moment you stop growing. It's the moment you surrender the adventure of becoming everything you were created to be. And then, choose action. Because knowledge, by itself, is just intellectual decoration. It has no power until you put it to use. While others may gather ideas like trophies, admiring them from a distance, you must be the one who activates what you've learned, who makes it real through action. The world doesn't respond to what you intend. It responds to what you do. And that narrow space between knowing and doing, that's where so many dreams quietly disappear. It's the graveyard of potential, the place where someday turns into never. But you weren't made for that graveyard, were you? You were designed for the arena, the battlefield of achievement, where the only currency that matters is effort, execution, and courage. Look at the giants who've left their mark on history. Most weren't the most educated or the most gifted. They were simply the most committed to act. Take Wilma Rudolph, for example. When she was told she'd never walk again, she had every reason to accept that diagnosis. No one would have blamed her for giving up. But she didn't. She made a decision. One powerful choice: to fight, to rise, to act when surrender would have been easy. That decision changed everything. She didn't just beat the odds, she shattered them. From struggling in leg braces to winning Olympic gold medals. Not because she knew more than her doctors, but because she did more with what she knew than anyone believed was possible. Your own transformation begins the moment you step out of theory and into action. Not when the timing is perfect, not when you feel totally prepared, but right now, when you decide that doing matters more than waiting. Identify one goal that sets your soul on fire, one vision that stirs something deep within you, and take a single, deliberate step toward it today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Before the day ends, before your head touches the pillow tonight, move, however small the step may seem, in the direction of your dreams. Because action creates momentum, and momentum changes everything. The universe doesn't respond to endless planning. It responds to motion. While the hesitant continue to overanalyze and the timid remain stuck in endless preparation, you, by moving, are sending out ripples that will soon swell into waves of real progress. That's how transformation begins, not with thoughts, but with forward movement. Let me be clear, ideas, no matter how brilliant, are worthless if they stay trapped inside your mind. Life does not reward good intentions. It rewards implementation, execution. The world isn't moved by what you know. It's moved by what you do with what you know. Knowledge is only powerful when it's put into motion. Think about Roger Bannister. For years, experts insisted that no human could run a mile in under 4 minutes. It was widely accepted as an unbreakable limit. Science said it couldn't be done, but Bannister didn't let that stop him. He didn't argue with the data. He challenged it with action. And when he crossed the finish line at 3 minutes and 59.4 seconds, he didn't just break a record. He broke a mental barrier for generations to come. That's the extraordinary truth. Breakthroughs are born from doing, not just thinking. They come when action collides with belief. The steps you take today are not random. They are seeds. And every one of them, every choice, every risk, every effort, ripples forward with incredible accuracy. They shape the landscape of your future with precision. So let me ask you, what's the one action you can take today that your future self will remember as a turning point? What's the single step that will shift you from someone who knows to someone who acts? What bold move will spark the avalanche of success that's been waiting for your green light? Don't just agree with this message. Don't just underline the words or save them for later. Move, act, do. Because knowledge without action isn't harmless. It's tragic. It's the heartbreaking gap between who you are today and who you could be. It's the difference between a life of quiet potential and a life of realized purpose. Time is passing. The world is watching. And your future? It's waiting for your decision. So what will you do today? Choose to move forward. Choose to act. And most of all, choose to embrace failure. Failure isn't your enemy. It's your education. It's not the end of the road. It's the beginning of wisdom. When you stumble, When you fall, when defeat knocks the wind out of you, remember this powerful truth. You haven't hit a wall. You found a springboard, a new direction, a lesson cloaked in discomfort. What if you looked at failure through a different lens? What if, instead of avoiding it, you welcomed it as proof that you're stretching beyond your comfort zone? Because every no brings you one step closer to yes. Every closed door isn't rejection, it's redirection, revealing a better, more aligned opportunity just out of sight. Each rejection doesn't diminish you, it refines you. It polishes your resilience like pressure polishes a diamond, slowly, relentlessly, and with purpose. The people you admire most, the ones we call champions, they didn't succeed because they never failed. They succeeded because they never let failure define them. They treated it as feedback, not a finish line. Take Babe Ruth, for example. His name is legendary for home runs, but what's often overlooked is how many times he struck out. The crowd cheered when the ball soared over the wall, but they also watched as he missed, again and again. He knew something most people never fully understand. The same swing that misses can also create magic. You can't have the victory without the vulnerability. Your breakthrough is sitting patiently, just beyond your current fear of failure. Your dreams aren't asking for perfection. They're asking you to swing fully, boldly, without holding back. Because half-hearted efforts, they lead to half-built lives. But full-hearted commitment, even when it ends in a fall, builds the strength you'll need to eventually break through. Every time you show up fully, especially when it's hard, you're building something deep inside you. The kind of grit and mastery that can't be faked or fast-tracked. So don't fear the fall. Embrace the process, because it's shaping you. And in this moment, right now, you have the power to change everything. It starts with one simple but profound shift. Redefine failure. Not as defeat, but as training. Not as an end, but as a sharpening stone in the control center of your mind. When setbacks arrive, and they will, don't mistake them for final verdicts. See them for what they truly are, temporary lessons. A stumble doesn't define you. It teaches you. You are not a failure. You are a learner, navigating an experience that didn't go as planned. And that distinction, it's not just a matter of words. It's a powerful shift in perspective. This isn't about sugarcoating failure with empty optimism. It's about practicing accurate thinking, clear, focused, and grounded in truth. When you fall, resist the urge to curse the ground. Instead, get curious. Study the fall. Examine the terrain. Extract every lesson you can. Squeeze every drop of wisdom from the soil of your setback. There's always something hidden in the rubble, if you're willing to dig for it. Think of Walt Disney. He was once fired from a job for lacking imagination, the very gift that would one day reshape the world of entertainment. His first business? It ended in bankruptcy. Yet today, his name is synonymous with wonder, creativity, and timeless childhood joy. So, what made Disney different from the countless dreamers whose names we no longer remember? It wasn't just talent. It was his response to failure. When failure knocks you flat, and it will, you have a choice. Don't just get back up. Get back up with more clarity, with more insight, with a sharper focus than before. Rise with questions burning in your mind. What did I learn here that I couldn't have learned any other way? How can this failure serve my future? What pivot will turn this obstacle into the very thing that propels me forward? Your greatest breakthroughs are often disguised as your toughest breakdowns. That heartbreak you thought would destroy you, it taught you what to truly value in a partner. That business that fell apart, it exposed the weaknesses in your foundation, so your next venture can be stronger, more sustainable. That rejection letter from a publisher, it prepared your writing for the one who will fully believe in your message. Failure is not your funeral. It's your finest classroom. It doesn't shrink your value. It expands your vision. It doesn't define who you are. It refines who you're becoming. So today, make the bold decision to welcome failure not as an adversary, but as an unexpected ally. Let others stay small, choosing safety over growth. Let them avoid risk and dodge feedback. But not you. You're here to grow. You're here to win. And every lesson, yes, even the painful ones, is part of your rise. Let them protect their egos while you expand your impact. Let them play it safe while you play to grow. Your capacity to achieve isn't determined by luck, talent, or background. It's directly tied to your willingness to fail forward. The more you're willing to stumble in pursuit of something greater, the more capable you become of soaring beyond what once seemed possible. Step boldly into the arena of life, armed with this liberating truth. Those who are never criticized are rarely remembered. Those who never fall never rise above the average. And those who've never tasted the bitterness of defeat will never fully appreciate the sweetness of victory. This, right now, is your moment. Will you shrink back into the comfort of mediocrity, where it's safe, predictable, and forgettable? Or will you step forward into the glorious unknown, that uncertain terrain where greatness is shaped, battle by battle, choice by choice? Your next failure isn't an enemy waiting to break you. It's a guidepost waiting to shape you, strengthen you, and send you forward toward your destiny. And now, choose to master your time. Time is the great equalizer of all humanity. Whether you're the billionaire atop the skyline or the janitor quietly working below, every single morning delivers the same priceless gift. 24 hours, 1,440 minutes, 86,400 seconds. No more, no less. But what separates extraordinary lives from ordinary ones has nothing to do with how much time. They all get the same amount. It's about how that time is used. Look around. While most people grumble that they don't have enough time, the high achievers quietly allocate their hours with purpose. Champions don't hope for more time. They command the time they have. The real difference isn't outside of you. It's inside. It's not about managing time. It's about mastering your priorities. Your calendar isn't just a schedule. It's a mirror. Your watch isn't simply tracking time. It's measuring your life. Every second that ticks away is a moment you'll never reclaim. Every minute is a chance that either builds your future or dissolves into regret. Those moments, they're not just passing, they're choosing. They're either compounding into progress or fading into distraction. So don't wait for the perfect season. Start now, today, this hour. Make the decision that will shift your life forever. Honor your time as your most sacred, non-renewable resource. Cut out what drains you. Eliminate what delays your mission. Be ruthless with distractions and generous with your purpose. Only give your minutes to what moves your legacy forward. Remember this, saying yes to everything often means saying no to the things that matter most. That good opportunity? It might be the very thing standing in the way of your great destiny. Not every open door is meant to be walked through. Some are just distractions in disguise. President Dwight D. Eisenhower didn't lead Allied forces to victory and later run a nation by doing everything. He accomplished what most people thought was impossible by doing only what was essential. He mastered the art of investing his energy in the minutes that mattered most. From battlefields to boardrooms, he understood that greatness comes not from doing more, but from doing what matters. Here's the deeper truth, one that often escapes even the most ambitious minds. Real productivity isn't about how much you cram into your schedule. It's about how much purpose you bring to each task. It's not about checking more boxes. It's about making each action count. Let this next insight hit home. You always find time for what you truly value. When you say, "I don't have time," what you're really saying is, "This isn't important enough to me yet." That may be a hard truth, but it's also incredibly freeing, because it means your time is already yours. You just have to start choosing it more deliberately. Your calendar isn't just a list of events. It's a mirror reflecting your true priorities. The minutes you waste today, they're quietly stealing from the legacy you could be building for tomorrow. While others lose hours scrolling or gossiping, you can be sharpening your skills, developing abilities that double your income, expand your influence, and move you toward your vision. While some drift aimlessly through their days, you have the power to direct yours with precision. So take action now. Pull out your calendar. Take a hard look at it, not passively, but with bold intention. Ask yourself this question about every single appointment. Does this activity move me toward my definite major purpose, or is it just filling time? Be ruthless with time wasters. Be generous with people and tasks that invest in your growth. Delegate what others can do, so you can focus on what only you can do. Your unique gifts deserve your undivided attention. Group similar tasks together. Eliminate the hidden productivity killer, switching between unrelated tasks and losing focus. Guard your peak energy hours like priceless treasure and reserve them for your highest impact work. Because those moments, that's where your future is being built. 10 years from now, you won't remember the gossip. but you will harvest the results of what you did with your time today. The skills you built, the goals you pursued, the mission you stayed loyal to. The clock isn't just ticking on your watch, it's ticking on your life. So ask yourself, what will you create with the hours you've been given? What legacy will you build with the minutes you're entrusted with? What lasting impact will you make with the seconds slipping by right now? Declare it today with clarity and conviction. I choose to master time rather than be mastered by it. I choose to direct my days, not drift through them. I choose to invest my hours into what truly matters, not what merely fills time. This moment is yours to claim. Time, the great equalizer, is waiting silently for your command. What will you do with it? Will you waste it like the masses, casually letting it slip away? Or will you harness it like the masters, using it with focused purpose? That choice doesn't just affect your daily schedule, it echoes across your destiny. Because every moment you own becomes a brick in the foundation of your future. And now, choose financial intelligence. Money isn't everything, but it touches nearly every area of your life. It shapes your career decisions, the quality of your living environment, the opportunities you can seize, and even your ability to help others. Peace of mind often begins where financial stress ends. No, money can't buy happiness, but it can certainly rent the space where happiness has room to grow. So look at your wallet through a new lens today. It's not just leather and paper, it's a reflection of your choices, a mirror of your discipline, your habits, your values. It reveals the truth about your relationship with worth, responsibility, and self-respect. Because your finances aren't just a numbers game, they're a decision game. And those decisions, they compound over time. Financial freedom isn't about yachts, mansions, or flashy status symbols. It's about having breathing room, margin in your life. It's about saying yes to an opportunity without first checking your balance in fear. It's about giving generously because you want to, not because you're unsure if you can. It's about working because you choose to, not because you're chained to your next paycheck. Right now, yes, today, make the decision that will ripple through every area of your life. Decide to stop being a servant to money and start becoming its master. How? Start here. Pay yourself first. Not what's left over, not what's convenient, but the very first 10% of everything you earn. Before the bills, before the splurges, before anything else. Honor your future self by building a financial safety net. Make that deposit into tomorrow non-negotiable. While others chase quick thrills, spending on things that lose value the moment they leave the store, things bought to impress people they don't even like, you'll take a different path. You'll invest in assets that grow over time, assets that multiply while you sleep, assets that build real wealth and true independence. While others finance appearances, you'll be building substance. While they chase fleeting status, you'll be quietly stacking stability. Consider John D. Rockefeller, one of the wealthiest individuals in history. As a child, he tracked every penny. Not because he was born a financial genius, but because he developed financial awareness early. His empire wasn't built overnight or through luck. It was built one careful, conscious financial decision at a time. The pennies he once recorded in notebooks became the dollars that changed industries. And your journey? It begins the same way, with awareness. With the courage to ask, where is my money actually going? Because here's a truth worth repeating. Your bank statement is your truth statement. It reveals your real priorities, not the ones you talk about, but the ones you live. It shows what you actually value, not just what you say you do. Financial education isn't optional. It's not just another subject you can skip over. It's the subject that touches every other part of your life. And it's not just for the wealthy. In fact, financial intelligence is how you become wealthy in the first place. Think about it this way. If you plant only one crop and the frost comes, you starve. But if you diversify your financial garden, if you build multiple income streams, you'll feast, no matter the season. Your income isn't limited to your job title. Your skills, your creativity, your knowledge, your problem-solving ability. These are assets that can become flowing streams of abundance. So take action now. Don't wait until things are stable. Start today by creating a clear, honest audit of your financial reality. Face the numbers without flinching. Look them in the eye. Map out a plan to eliminate your debt, step by step. Research investment opportunities that align with your risk tolerance, your goals, and your timeline. But don't stop at theory. Seek mentors who have walked the path and built what you want to build. Learn from people with results, not just opinions. The financial decisions you make today are the architects of your freedom tomorrow. While most people move through life unaware of where their money is going, you will navigate your financial life with clarity and intention. While they wonder where their paycheck vanished to, you'll direct each dollar with purpose. Because money, when you control it, becomes a tool, a force, a servant that expands your choices, strengthens your voice, and fuels your mission. But left unchecked, it can quietly become a master, one that limits your options and keeps you trapped. So choose now. Be the one who steers, not the one who drifts. Let money serve your purpose, not the other way around. When money controls you, it doesn't just limit your lifestyle. It tightens the grip on your decisions, narrows your potential, and quietly erodes your peace of mind. This is your financial awakening. The moment to look yourself in the mirror and ask, will I continue to drift through my financial life like the masses, reactive, uncertain, unprepared? Or will I rise to meet the power of intentional, purpose-driven prosperity? The choice is yours, and it's a choice that doesn't just affect your wallet. It echoes through your entire future. It will either unlock your freedom or reinforce your limitations. So choose wisely. Choose decisively. Choose today. Choose freedom. And now, choose physical vitality. Your body isn't just a machine carrying you through the day. It's your generator, your foundation, the engine that fuels every idea, every action, every dream. While others place their health low on their priority list, treating it as something they'll get around to, you must see the deeper truth. Without energy, even your greatest goals will stay just out of reach, like distant mirages that shimmer but never arrive. Take a clear-eyed look at your physical condition. That constant fatigue you feel, it's not normal. It's a message. Those mid-afternoon crashes, they're signals, not inevitable, but preventable. Your body is constantly speaking to you in the language of energy or exhaustion, and that language touches every other part of your life. Your focus, your mood, your resilience, your drive. The people who shape the world, the true changemakers, they don't just have vision. They have the sustained physical capacity to bring that vision to life. Because while talent can spark potential, endurance is what carries it across the finish line. You could have the best idea in the world. You could have a flawless strategy. But without the strength and stamina to implement it, it all remains fantasy, castles in the clouds. So today, this moment, make the decision that will elevate everything else in your life. Commit to honoring your body as the sacred vessel it is. Move daily. Not to punish yourself, but to celebrate the life inside you. Nourish yourself with foods that fuel your cells instead of depleting them. Rest with intention, not as an indulgence, but as a non-negotiable foundation of high performance. When Vince Lombardi transformed the Green Bay Packers from the bottom of the league to champions, he didn't start with advanced tactics. He didn't begin with complicated playbooks. He started with the basics, conditioning, because without strength, no system works. He understood something most people miss. Physical stamina builds mental toughness. Your body and mind aren't separate. They're deeply connected systems that rise or fall together. When you make physical choices today, you're not just influencing how you look. You're either making a deposit into or a withdrawal from your energy account. That processed meal, it's not just a quick lunch, it's a 2-hour productivity tax. That skipped workout, it's not just a break in your schedule. It's a drain on your strength reserves. And that poor night's sleep, it's not just missing rest. It's compromising your clarity, your focus, your decision-making power. Let this truth settle in. Prioritizing your health isn't vanity, it's strategy. It's not selfish, it's sustainable. When your energy tank is full, you show up with abundance. You have something real to give. But when you're running on fumes, all you can offer is frustration, fatigue, and burnout. And the transformation doesn't require dramatic overhauls. It comes from small, consistent actions that add up to massive change. That short daily walk, it's silently reshaping your cardiovascular system. Choosing water over soda, it's optimizing your cellular health one sip at a time. That extra hour of sleep, it's rewiring your brain for sharper focus and faster recovery. So take action now. Schedule movement into your calendar like you would a meeting with your future. Make it non-negotiable. Stock your kitchen with foods that serve your goals, not sabotage them. Turn your bedroom into a sanctuary, quiet, cool, dark, the kind of place where true recovery happens. Your energy isn't just about how you feel. It defines how you live. While many accept the myth that declining energy is just part of getting older, you will challenge that belief. While others treat symptoms with stimulants and shortcuts, you'll go straight to the root causes. You won't just get by, you'll thrive on natural energy, earned through smart choices and consistent effort. Because here's the truth, your physical condition is not a side detail to your success. It's central to it. The entrepreneur who can power through 14-hour launch weeks without breaking down, that's an advantage no business strategy can give you. The parent who still has energy left for their kids after a full day at work, that's a presence no parenting book can replace. This is your moment of physical awakening. Will you keep treating your body like an afterthought, wondering why your ambitions remain just out of reach? Or will you rise, fully energized, fully present, and harness the power of vibrant health to propel your entire life to new heights? The choice is yours, and it couldn't be more clear. The time is now, because your energy and everything it makes possible is hanging in the balance. Choose gratitude. Gratitude isn't just a warm sentiment or a motivational poster. It's psychological oxygen. While others choke on scarcity and discontent, you can breathe the expansive air of abundance. And the shift begins with one intentional decision: to practice radical, deliberate thankfulness. Your mind is like a powerful spotlight, and whatever you shine it on expands in your experience. When you fixate on what's missing, that absence grows until it consumes your entire perspective. But when you shift your mental spotlight to what's already present, something beautiful happens. Your blessings begin to multiply. Gratitude, once activated, doesn't just highlight the good. It expands it until it illuminates even the darkest corners of your life. Consider the science behind it. When gratitude flows through your mind, fear can't stay. The two cannot coexist. Anxiety starts to loosen its grip. Worry begins to dissolve. Why? Because appreciation triggers a biological shift. Your brain chemistry changes. Stress hormones decline. You stop operating from lack and start living from abundance. And here's the key: it begins now, not tomorrow, not when things get better. You don't wait for the perfect conditions to be grateful. You create them through gratitude. Make the decision today to become a gratitude warrior. Someone who arms themselves not with complaints, but with conscious, specific thankfulness. Start and end each day by naming what's working in your life. Not vague cliches, not empty affirmations, but real, tangible gifts. The people, the opportunities, the lessons, the growth. Acknowledge them, see them, speak them. Think about Helen Keller, born without sight or hearing, yet her life overflowed with thankfulness. She couldn't see the sunrise. She couldn't hear music, but she refused to focus on what was missing. Her limitations didn't define her. They became her launchpad. If she could discover beauty in darkness and silence, what are you overlooking in the richness of your own senses? Gratitude isn't just a nice emotion, it's a powerful tool, a weapon against lack, a builder of vision. Each sincere thank you is like a hammer strike, breaking down the walls of fear and scarcity. Each moment of appreciation is a seed, quietly but surely growing into future abundance. Hear this clearly: gratitude doesn't just reflect your reality, it shapes it. It's not just a result of having good things, it's often the very cause. When you lead with thankfulness, you become a magnet for more reasons to be thankful. You begin to attract opportunities, relationships, insights, all drawn to the energy you're putting out. So take action. Make gratitude a non-negotiable habit. Build a daily ritual that becomes as natural as breathing. Speak your appreciation aloud. Write it down with intention. Don't let the day pass without naming at least 3 things that remind you. Life is already full of gifts. You just have to notice them. Don't just keep gratitude to yourself. Share it. Speak it. Show it. Let it spill over into your conversations, your relationships, your work. Gratitude, when expressed, multiplies. And like a world-class athlete trains their body, you can train your mind to seek out the good through consistent, intentional practice until excellence becomes effortless. The habit of seeing the value in every situation isn't naive optimism. It's not about ignoring problems. It's about seeing through them to the opportunity on the other side. It's strategic brilliance. While others sink into the quicksand of complaints, you'll be the one spotting the doorway hidden in the difficulty. You'll find leverage where others find limitation. Where some focus on the thorn, you'll marvel at the rose. Because gratitude isn't conditional. It doesn't depend on everything going right. It's a decision you can make in any moment, regardless of the circumstances. It's not about pretending problems don't exist. It's about refusing to let those problems define your entire life. It's the mindset that says, even here, even now, there is something good to be found. This is your moment of decision. Will you keep scanning the horizon for what's missing, forever chasing, forever dissatisfied, no matter how much you acquire? Or will you wake up to the incredible abundance that's already all around you? The relationships you've built, the opportunities still unfolding, the everyday miracles that quietly fill your world, if only you choose to see them. Choose gratitude. Choose it deliberately. Choose it when it feels natural, and especially when it doesn't. Choose it when everything is going well, and when everything seems to be falling apart. Choose it until it becomes your foundation, your compass, your way of moving through life. Because here's the truth. A person who has everything but lacks gratitude lives in constant scarcity. But a person with very little who lives with gratitude, that person walks in abundance. So who will you be? This is the beginning of a transformation. It starts not with more stuff, not with more success, but with a simple shift in mindset. The choice is in your hands, and the time is now. The rewards? They're limitless. When you choose to serve others, you step into a version of yourself that's bigger, bolder, and far more fulfilled. Service isn't just something you do. It becomes part of who you are. When your mindset shifts from accumulation to contribution, from what can I get to what can I give, you unlock the master key to fulfillment. A key most people spend their entire lives searching for, yet never find. Because your gifts, your talents, your skills, your experiences weren't given to you for admiration. They weren't meant to sit on a pedestal, polished and untouched. They're not trophies. They're tools. Tools designed to build, to lift, to heal, to empower. You were given exactly what someone else needs. And when you offer it freely, you create a circuit of purpose so powerful it lights up not only their life, but yours too. Look closely at the people who live with deep, lasting joy. They're rarely the ones with the flashiest homes or the longest resumes. They're the ones whose presence brings peace, whose words bring hope, whose actions uplift others. While success whispers, "More for me," significance thunders, "More through me." That's not just a play on words. It's a seismic shift in how you live. And today, yes, right now, you have the power to choose that shift, to step into a life of unstoppable meaning. Make the commitment to become a value creation machine. Ask the question that changes everything. How can I use who I am and what I already have to make life better for someone else? Think of Jonas Salk. When he developed the polio vaccine, a discovery that could have made him one of the richest men in history, he was asked if he would patent it. His response, "Could you patent the sun?" That single act of service didn't just prevent suffering. It elevated what it means to be human. His true wealth wasn't in profit, it was in impact. And the same truth applies to you. Because your service doesn't just benefit the world, it transforms you. When you give of yourself, your time, your energy, your heart, something miraculous happens. You don't lose anything. In fact, you gain. You don't end up with less. You become more. More grounded. More powerful. More aligned with who you were born to be. Every act of contribution expands your capacity to create meaningful impact. Each moment of genuine service builds the unseen muscles of your character: discipline, humility, compassion. And here's a paradox that holds undeniable truth. The path to personal fulfillment doesn't lead through self-focus, but through service to others. When you become a channel instead of a container, both abundance and purpose begin to flow through you, freely, powerfully, and continuously. Your greatest joy won't come from what you accumulate. It will come from what you contribute, not from the things you possess, but from the value you provide. That's where fulfillment lives. So take action. Don't wait. Start with one simple step. Identify just one way today. Yes, today, that you can bring exceptional value to someone else. Maybe it's going above and beyond for a customer. Maybe it's sharing an insight with someone just one step behind you in the journey. Maybe it's donating your time, attention, or resources to a cause that touches your heart, something you have the power to support. The universe has a remarkable sense of irony. What you make happen for others, it often makes happen for you. Not as some mystical transaction, but as a natural law. When service becomes your strategy, success shows up as a natural byproduct. When giving becomes your mission, receiving becomes inevitable. And here's the deeper truth. If your life is focused solely on success, you'll always be chasing the next milestone. Climbing an endless ladder, rung after rung, wondering when, if ever, you'll feel satisfied. But a life rooted in significance, that places you on solid ground. Every day becomes rich with its own reward because you know you're living in alignment with something greater than yourself. This is your moment of transcendent choice. Will you keep measuring your worth by what's in your account? Or will you begin to measure it by the impact you make? Will you settle for the empty victories of accumulation? Or will you rise to claim the deep, lasting fulfillment of contribution? Choose service. Choose it boldly. Choose it with intention. Choose it so often, so consistently, that it stops being just something you do and becomes who you are at your core. Because your greatest legacy won't be written in the list of your accomplishments. It will be etched into the lives that were lifted, healed, and transformed because you showed up. And the time to begin building that legacy? It's not someday. It's now. You stand at a crossroads today. The direction you take from here will shape everything that follows. One path leads to extraordinary achievement. The other? Familiar mediocrity. What makes the difference between the two? It's not talent. It's not timing. It's not luck. It's one powerful quality, self-discipline. At the very center of all achievement, all of it, is this singular force. The ability to do what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, whether or not you feel like doing it. It's the trait that turns goals into accomplishments and dreams into realities. Without self-discipline, even the most brilliant strategies remain just that, ideas. Even the best intentions die in the graveyard of someday, and I'll try. But with it, you unlock the door to transformation. Today, right now, is your moment to make a defining choice. Commit to mastering yourself. Because your greatest opponent isn't the market. It's not your boss, your environment, or the competition. It's not what's out there. It's what's staring back at you in the mirror every morning. Discipline begins when you honor your commitments, especially the quiet ones you make to yourself. The ones no one else sees. The ones that shape your integrity. Because those silent promises, they often determine your entire destiny. Do the difficult things first. While most people chase comfort, you'll chase growth. When they choose short-term pleasure, you'll choose long-term reward. This isn't about suffering, it's about investment. It's the price you pay today to own your future tomorrow. Build habits that align with your values and your vision. And understand this, it's the small disciplines, done daily, repeated consistently, that build unstoppable momentum. These aren't just routines. They become forces that bend reality in your favor. Remember this truth. Discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. It's the freedom to shape your future on your terms. The freedom to act on vision instead of emotion. To be led by purpose, not pulled by impulse. And few embodied this truth more powerfully than Jackie Robinson. When Jackie Robinson broke Major League Baseball's color barrier in 1947, he wasn't just stepping into a game. He was stepping into a storm. The hostility he faced went far beyond athletic rivalry. Spectators shouted cruel slurs from the stands. Opposing players deliberately tried to injure him with sharpened cleats. Even some of his own teammates signed petitions refusing to take the field with him. But Robinson made a powerful commitment, not just to the game, but to his own self-discipline. He vowed not to retaliate, no matter how brutal the treatment. Not because he lacked emotion, but because he understood something deeper, that true strength lies in restraint, not reaction. Branch Rickey, the executive who signed him, was clear in his expectations. He didn't just want talent, he needed character. He needed someone who would meet hate with excellence, not outrage. And Robinson delivered. For 3 relentless years, he absorbed the worst of human behavior while demonstrating the best of human character. His discipline didn't just change baseball. It shook the foundation of a divided nation. Robinson understood what few truly grasp. Discipline isn't limitation. It's liberation. And self-discipline? It's not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. Everyone stumbles. But champions don't stay down. They get up, reset, and return to their values. Because consistency beats intensity every time. Discipline is the quiet, daily decision to choose your priorities over your impulses. It's waking up every day and deciding to live by your highest standards, not your fleeting emotions. And over time, that single decision builds an inner strength no external force can shake. In a world obsessed with shortcuts, trends, and hacks, embrace the power of sustained effort. You already have untapped reserves of discipline within you, waiting to be activated. So activate them today. When the alarm clock goes off tomorrow morning, will you hit snooze? Or will you rise with purpose? When the afternoon fatigue creeps in, will you coast into distraction? Or will you push through with clarity and commitment? When temptation whispers, just this once, will you compromise? Or will you stand firm? Because it's not the grand gestures that shape your life. It's these small, invisible choices. These micro decisions, repeated with intention, become the architecture of your character and the foundation of your results. Self-discipline today creates self-respect tomorrow. Never forget this truth. The discomfort of discipline weighs ounces, but the burden of regret weighs tons. So ask yourself, which one would you rather carry? Your future self is watching the choices you make right now, in this moment. Are they aligned with your highest values? Will they lead you closer to the life you say you want? Make those choices count. Make them meaningful. Make them disciplined. Because in the end, the world rewards self-mastery more than anything else. Master your impulses, your focus, your consistency, and you'll begin to master your results, your legacy, your destiny. The choice is yours. The time is now. Self-discipline isn't some rare gift. It's a power waiting patiently for your command. And these 12 choices we've explored today, they're not locked behind gates of privilege. They're available to you right now. You don't need someone else's permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need more money, or more time, or more support. What you do need is courage. The courage to decide, truly decide, that from this moment on, your life is going to move in a new direction. Because success is almost never an accident. It's the result of alignment, of bringing your daily choices in line with timeless principles. Just like math, just like gravity, these truths don't change. And when you follow them, you activate something greater than yourself. Your potential? It's limitless. Your future? Still unwritten. And the pen that will write that story, it's already in your hand. So what will you choose today? Will you keep walking the familiar road, the one lined with excuses, distractions, and maybe someday? Or will you step, even if just 1 foot at a time, onto the bold path of greatness? Because here's the secret. The distance between mediocrity and mastery is shorter than you think. Often, it's just one decision, one shift in mindset, one action taken in the right direction. Make these 12 choices not just ideas, but daily practices. Let them guide your habits, shape your decisions, and steer your life. And if you do, I promise you this. 1 year from now, you won't recognize the life you're living. 5 years from now, others won't recognize you. And decades from now, the world will still feel the impact of the choices you make today. Thank you for watching. I wish you health, happiness, and a life of purpose. And don't forget to subscribe to Mindset Daily for more content that moves you forward.